This world was once FreshLand, but now it's fallen into Oblivion. Episode 4. I had this overwhelming feeling. Something bad was happening. I was tending to the special sapling, which I found in the world between worlds, when I couldn't handle this feeling anymore. I knew something was coming, and that I was partially at fault for it. The sapling should never have passed through the nether, but I didn't know how else to bring it back with me. Now here I stand, back in the nether, but this world is not what I remember it to be. Something has happened here. I can feel the same energies here as from my giant tree sapling, but somehow the energies are more twisted here. I can feel I am being watched by something just beyond this dimension, yet all around me, and ever present here. This plane is now warped and dark. I have been visiting the nearby village about once a week, working on my ability to communicate with them. But it's like they refuse to learn with me, find common ground to help bridge the gap of our barrier. I would have to put my mixed feelings behind me though. They were good, living beings of this world, and they needed to be warned. It's about 2 days' journey to walk there, one if I run, and this was definitely an occasion for great haste. I hadn't seen any portals in or around their village, but I've also not been welcome to snoop around, so I don't even know if a warning is needed, but I can't stand the thought of being only moments late to warn them, to help them escape any potential danger from the nether. I was relieved when I could see their village on the horizon, and it looked to be intact. I didn't slow down or rest though. The nether has a strange way of covering vast distances with very little ground covered. I hurried through the village gates and began yelling like a madman. I couldn't care less what they thought of me, so long as they were safe. I shouted, "Close your nether portals. It is unsafe. There is an evil spreading there, like a plague, and if you wish to survive, we need to isolate it." Though of course I could tell by the looks on their faces and their reactions, they had no idea what I was talking about. I could see Dugrim not far off. It looked for a moment as though he had some understanding of what I was trying to say. We locked eyes for a moment. Then he turned and walked away. I decided to hang around for a day on the outskirts of town, watching in, hoping I wouldn't see anything, and alas, though vigilant, there was no sign of a portal anywhere. From every angle along the mountains, I couldn't see anything that indicated access to the nether. I think for now they are safe. I will need to return there after I figured out what to do. I hurried home, back to the sapling, which by this point was starting to look a whole lot more like a giant tree. It was slightly larger than most trees, but it definitely still had a long ways to go before it was fully grown. I sometimes think I see a face within its bark, and then I shake it off. I spent far too long hiding in this forest grotto. Fortunately, this tree has seemingly repelled all those who would do harm to it, and I am more or less free to go. I can't believe what is going on within the nether. All this because I was trying to stay at peace with nature and grow a giant tree. True, this tree isn't normal. It's definitely imbued with some otherworldly magic, but I don't know what good that does me. But seeing as it has some ability to repel beings of a dark nature, I will be moving the last of my things into storage just outside of the tree. I do not know for how long this world will be safe. I can feel the presence of the dark being, even here in this world of light. Some weeks have passed, and everything I own in this world is stored away. I haven't been to see the villagers at all, and the air feels tainted by something dark. The days are actually getting shorter as well. I haven't visited a world with seasons in a long time, so I'm unsure if this is a natural event or not. My nights have also been getting longer, not only due to the changes in daylight time, but also due to the strange dreams I've been having. Well, dream. There's only the one, of some kind of stronghold or fortress that appears to be deep within the nether. It looks to be corrupted by the strange new atmospheres within the Nether, and I always wake up just after reaching the front gate, engraved with this world's symbol for the sun. Now I know that we are not experiencing any form of season. The sun was high in the sky when suddenly the air turned foul and the wind shifted directions, like it was being pulled inward, and the sun was completely blotted out. And with a great shock, the giant tree was easing back and forth in this new wind, and I could hear the branches creaking and moaning. And suddenly, I could hear the words of the tree. It was quiet at first. Then its voice boomed, not through the forest, but through my mind, and I had just witnessed the birth of one of the great, ancient guardians of this world. My mind was being filled with far too much, far too quickly, and it felt as though my head would burst right open. I could see images of ancient beings from a time before time, monstrosities, warriors of old, civilizations long since drowned, and a people who left this world for one at the end of time. And just as it felt like I couldn't take any more, my mind went quiet. Nothing of what I just saw made any sense to me. And then...
You have seen the Temple of the Sun, hidden deep within the Nether, and there is now an ancient evil that has been awoken within all worlds. I thank you for bringing me back to life, in my home, but you do not know what horrors you've brought back with me. You cannot stay here. You must go to the temple. You must find the ancient treasure that was forged so long ago to lift this curse over the sun, or this world will freeze and die, and the fault will rest upon your shoulders. Go now. There is a portal opening very soon to the south, and you will find that it will take you close to where you must be.
And without hesitation, I ran. With the wind at my back, it seemed as though I was racing towards some kind of nexus. The howls of the wind seemed off, more like howls of men, and in the distance, I could see huge spouts of lava bursting through the ground, pouring into an unnatural lake, pillars of obsidian, and the warped, twisted fungus of this new nether sprawled everywhere, in every direction, and at the center of this fiery lake, there stood the largest portal I had ever laid eyes on. The darkness surrounding me was thick. I could feel an evil lurking through that portal, and I knew there was no turning back, not without the treasure hidden on the other side. As I approached the edge of the purple wave, I feared I wouldn't have the courage to go through. The Nether was always scary, but it has been a never-changing place, and I didn't know what to expect now. I turned to look out at the world I was leaving behind. It might be the last time I see it. And with one deep breath, I stepped through. Thank you guys so much for watching today's episode of what I'm now properly calling Oblivion. I decided that it would be best to make this a solo show and break away from all those multiplayer restrictions so that I can make the best possible videos for you guys. Now that I'm free from pure survival gameplay, I can occasionally create things that would otherwise be impossible in survival. Not because they're difficult to build, but because they actually are impossible to create in survival. I feel having that artistic freedom will allow for me to make better quality creations for all of you. If you want to help support this channel, please consider subscribing and sharing this series with everyone you know. I think we're onto something really special here, and it'd be really great to see how far we can take it. You can also join my Patreon and Discord, linked below, to help me keep the lights on for our Patreon server, The World of Winter. You will of course gain access there and be able to play with me and all my other friends. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.